Scott tests the heat limits of his phone.
Hey, Jack Campbell is really John Hemry. But who is that? I'll tell you during the show.
I got to wait that long?
Yep.
Well, something else I'm waiting on is I'm working on a design of my new studio space.
Cool. Steve has some very musical guests on his radio show, which is worth listening to.
And if I told you, do you hear Yanny or Laurel? Do you hear Yanny or Laurel? Or do you hear something completely different?
Our genuine positivity message has you making the choice. And London gives Buskers the ability to go cashless.
Speaking of going cashless, it's a new month and we've got a new giveaway. If you want to get this month's giveaway, it's the Worst Show in Vegas t-shirt. Welcome to What Happened to the World Today. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show.
And we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. I've had a lot of fun over Memorial Day weekend, last weekend. Had family in town for my daughter's graduation and got to do a lot of things. So that's why you're seeing a lot of different backgrounds up there. This background is from the Pinball Hall of Fame. This guy loves collecting pinball machines and
obviously,
and has a bunch of them in there. And he just keeps repairing them and fixing them up. It's pretty cool to go in there. You play with real quarters, not tokens, real quarters, and go in there and have a good time. So that was one of the many things that I've been doing in Vegas.
And of course, you see new pictures with me too, because we went from being the coldest spot in the entire country a week ago to all of a sudden being one of the hot spots in the country in mid-90s in May. Well, you know, so we took pictures of everything because all of a sudden everything just bloomed. Kaboom!
Yeah, well, over Memorial Day weekend, you were actually hotter there than I was here in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. We were mid-90s.
So,
which we're not supposed to be at this time of year.
So everything's getting hotter there is what you're saying.
Yes. Plus me. Yeah.
Plus
including and my phone, which almost burned up.
So yeah. All right. So we talked about this on the last show and you said, and I don't normally do this because we're so distracted. And Scott and I talk about this all the time. I'm like the dogging up. While we're writing stuff, he'll try to be cute or crack me up. And I'm like, stop. You're not cracking me up. You're making me forget what I was trying to say. But I promised that we would cover this subject and another subject. So how did your phone almost burn up?
All right. As our loyal viewers know, I also have my own channel, Fun Guy the Entertainer Cooks for You. and I use my cell phone as my above camera because it works better up there.
Well, heat rises.
Yeah, heat rises. Now, normally I only cook one thing at a time, but this particular meal, even though the show is only about one item of the meal, I was cooking an entire meal, including where does this sound? It's macaroni and cheese, which requires boiling water.
Hold on.
And
okay, wait. Let me stop you right there. You almost burned up your phone cooking macaroni cheese, which is boiling water.
There's more to it.
Okay, I hope so because so far I'm seeing you could have got your phone wet and killed it or something. But other than that, I'm lost. But
I also had a second pot of boiling water for my corn on the cob.
Okay, still water. Okay.
Well, plus I had my oven on cooking oven-baked baby back ribs. So I had 3 heat sources going straight up on my phone. And I did not notice there was a problem because it's above me. So I cannot see the screen unless
You're not saying your screen is overheating?
Well, I go to put it on pause, and it says, we have shut you off because the phone is dangerously overheating.
The thermal protection, yeah.
Yes. So I real quick took it down and stuck it in the refrigerator.
I don't know if that's good either. I guess it is.
Not the freezer, the refrigerator. I
did the sudden change though.
Yes.
I don't know if that's good or bad. So you didn't really burn up your phone. I thought maybe you had a bonfire or something going.
Yeah, that would have been bad too.
Or you stood it up next to the burner and didn't realize the flames were coming out from under the pan.
Yeah, no.
That would have been funny.
Now, you probably don't know this, and most people wouldn't think this, but I have a case on my phone which protects it against stuff, right?
But also, keeps it hotter.
Well, you have to take the case off in order for it to fit in the clamp holder.
Okay, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now it was completely exposed to all the heat.
Which is better because
Well,
it's in the case, then the case would have kept it hot.
Right, yeah.
And it doesn't breathe. But yeah, no, that thermal protection thing is crazy too, because they sell all of these things you can mount on your windshield for your phone.
Yes.
But when the sun's beating and you're in the desert and the sun is beating on your phone, that's not a good thing either. I've had my
concept,
there, yeah. So I've had it overheat. So you didn't almost burn up your phone. You almost burned up your phone in the sense that you almost electronically burned it up, not
correct.
Overheated it.
Well, you remember, because mine's a Samsung. You remember all those Samsung phones that were burning up and exploding on
they were going in. Yeah, that's because the battery was overheating.
Correct.
The lithium ion battery,
yes.
Which now you have to. Oh, so I had to return a camera that I bought, and it had a lithium ion battery. And on the return, they gave me 2 additional labels that I had to put on the outside of the box, saying that it was a lithium ion battery and instructions on what to do if it was on fire. So and when you're shipping that, you
quick throw it out of the vehicle.
Yeah, if you start shipping stuff or get some of that stuff in, notice there'll be 2 extra labels when you get something that has a battery in it when it gets shipped to you. I found that very interesting. I'm not sure what the label's going to help you do because you're accepting it or not. And if you're accepting it and it's on fire, you're not going to be stopping and reading the label.
No.
What do I do now?
Are you sure?
I mean, unless you read the label beforehand to know. But the instructions on a burning box are not exactly helpful. I mean, the warning that's there, you just got to know what to do, I guess.
I'm going to derail us a little bit here.
Of course.
What you just said was interesting because I just read a book by one of my favorite artists, Jack Campbell, which is actually John Hemry.
Whoa, okay. Now we're really derailed. Okay. So Jack Campbell is John Hemry, and he's an artist. And you read a book.
Jack Campbell is the pen name of John Hemry, who is an ex-military man.
Okay.
So, but one of the things that in this particular book is everything that all the Earth fleet, which is the military of the future, can do, they have to do following a checklist. Everything has to go by the checklist. And there's a scene in the book where they go through the jump gate and they come out and they're under attack. And the guy can't make a decision because the checklist is up there and what's happening is not on his checklist. And of course, the ship gets destroyed because he's following his checklist. That's if you're doing this with this, who's going to read that label, right?
Right. No, exactly. I got you. So you said he was the artist. Was that a misspeak?
Yes, he's the author.
Okay,
author, not artist. Well, technically writers are a type of artist. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but there are artists who are authors. That's why I wasn't sure if but he's actually a military guy.
Correct.
So John Hemry is the real guy's name.
Yes. But his book series is under
Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell.
Cool. So look up the Jack Campbell series on military spacemen.
Well, yeah, he's got a whole bunch of them, and they're all fantastic. I have read every single one of his books. They're that good.
And do you have any autographed ones?
No, I do not. And that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. He does, but I don't think he's ever been around here.
Oh, all right. Well,
you got to remember, I'm not in Vegas. I'm in Delavan, Wisconsin.
I don't know if he's maybe been in Chicago. You could drive.
Well, yeah, it's possibly true.
All right. So your homework. Okay, folks, I'm going to give Scott homework, which he's not going to do, but I'm going to give it to him anyway. So if you could help us, find out where Jack Campbell is appearing. He'll be appearing, doing a book signing or anything like that, so we can go get an autographed book for Scott.
There you go.
So I want an autographed book to Scott from Jack Campbell, and that'll be that. Okay. You say it. You say that's what you want for Christmas. Say it.
Okay, that's what I want for Christmas. I want an autographed book by Jack Campbell with a video selfie shot of authenticity.
There you go. So do you know what we just did?
We solved one of my resolutions.
Yes, one of your New Year's resolutions. Right.
God, I got to stop doing that.
Scott gave us, one of Scott's resolutions for New Year's was to have a list of things that we could get him for Christmas. Now we have something.
Yay.
So we need to add that to the list so I know. but you said it, so hopefully we'll remember at this point and do that. So yeah, we're looking for an autograph copy.
You know what would be even cooler?
That Campbell book. What? Him
If
having
he
him on the
came
show.
to Vegas and he can go someplace really special that's being created.
Yes. Well, that would be awesome. Thank you for that awesome segue. One of the other subjects that we talked about in our last show that we would talk about is new studio. I now have a 10 by 10 room. I think it's 10 by 10. I haven't measured it. I got to measure it out. But I'm going to build a new studio. I'll be moving out of this studio into that studio. I'm going to figure out how to put in additional cameras, additional microphones, a keyboard setup, a microphone for a guitar. And we'll have guests in to be on the show that way. So having the room and then having to figure out how to do it all, that could be a little harder. But at least I'll have a place where I can bring people in to do interviews and stuff like that. So
now I have something that I want our viewers to comment on.
Okay.
I came up with this brilliant idea for Steve's new studio. He told me, forget about it. But I think the viewers should make this decision.
Oh, yes. No.
Should Steve paint all his walls green so we can do a 360 green screen? I think that would be so cool.
Okay. First off, I don't know how to do a 360 green screen.
But we can learn.
I don't have time to learn. If someone could comment and tell me how to do it, or someone wants to come do it for me, that'd be cool.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm not going to paint all the walls green in that room.
But green is a soothing color.
Sure. Go with that. Have you been in a green screen room?
No.
Okay. No.
Well, they're usually a lot bigger than our studio.
No, they're a 10 by 10 room. I've seen them. Yes, they're bigger than that too, but yes, no.
Yeah, the one at Universal Studios is a freaking warehouse. All the walls are green.
Well, we're not just doing filming, right?
That's true.
I mean, I'm going to have my computer in there for doing this and have my mixer board, but I'll be able to readjust the lighting and that. So hopefully that'll be cooler.
Yes, definitely.
And as part of that, I have somebody helping me with editing on what happened to Las Vegas today. So my first show came out Wednesday with the new edit for what happened in Las Vegas today. He's also we're going to change up the beginning and the ending of ours. So we'll have new title screen and ending screen.
Right.
To work better for what the YouTube stuff does. Trying to think of what else. But yeah, and I hope you all like the new edit that I'm doing for Scott and I. Scott had showed it to a few people, and
yep,
they said they liked it.
Definitely. So, I'm enjoying it too.
It's improved our look.
Yes.
It's improved our look. And for those of you on the podcast.
Fresh. It looks fresh.
You're fresh. But yeah, for those of you on the podcast, we haven't really changed anything. It still looks the same to you. However, I'm waiting for iTunes to get back to me. I've not gotten the letter from iTunes yet.
Oh, yeah, it'd be so sweet if that would work.
It'd become a pretty good to get our podcast on there. But whathappened.world, our webpage, is looking really good. We're getting there. A few finishing touches is about it, but I think we're pretty solid on that. But yeah, so that's that. But another thing that's going on along with our podcast is me on the radio.
Yes.
So KUNV.
On the radio. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
91.5 on Mondays. I'm doing an entertainment segment. And as part of that, I'm inviting people on that, and I'll be inviting them on What Happened to the World Today to do that. Now, this first one we may not get, but there's a new musical in town called Marilyn. And that is opening on the 1st, which is Marilyn's birthday party.
Okay.
Or should I say opened on the 1st, which was Marilyn's birthday. But I couldn't get any of them on the show. A lot of things were going on, didn't get a chance to talk to them. But I may get them on the show later. But there is another musical called Imagine, the rock musical. And they will be on the radio on Monday.
Cool.
So Monday is the 4th. Monday's the 4th. So on the 4th of June, and they'll be on the show, and then hopefully we'll be able to get Dan Worthington, who is one of the stars of the show, on to What Happened to the World Today and in a future to talk about stuff that he's doing.
Cool.
So I think that's pretty cool. And then in a coming week, I'll talk more about that. I'm going to have Ian Wade on, and he's agreed to come on to What Happened to the World Today also, and he's got some new music out. So he's a young new artist who is here in Vegas and going worldwide also. So that's pretty cool.
I agree.
So those are a few of the things that are coming up.
These are a few of our favorite things.
Yeah, that's a musical also.
Yes.
But Julie Andrews sang that.
Yes.
Yes, she did. Very good, Scott. So I was surprised. I told Scott about this, and he had not heard about it.
No, I didn't.
I was on the bus. The latest controversy is the whole Yanny and Laurel controversy. Do you hear Yanny? Do you hear Laurel? Most men hear Laurel. Most older people hear Laurel. The younger people who can hear higher frequencies hear Yanny. There's a whole scientific reason before it. The original recording, as far as I can tell, and you can correct me if I'm wrong or go, you don't know what you're reading. Don't believe everything you read on the internet.
Everything on the internet's the truth.
But the original recording was of the word Laurel. And then by changing the frequency in that, you can hear Yanny. Now, I have actually heard Yanny. Some people say they've only ever heard Laurel. Some people say they've only heard
I hear Yanny.
On the different recordings, depending on what pitches they do, I'd hear both. But one of the things that I read was that you're not supposed to tell the person, do you hear Laurel or Yanny? So, okay.
Right.
So let's take that away so there's no prejudice there. No prejudice? Yeah, no prejudice there. And say, okay, do you hear Laurel or Yanny? Just play it. So, as I said last weekend, we had family in town. So back to my mom. We play it for her, and she goes, "Oh, I hear Gary." I'm like, that's not even one of the choices. So she hears Gary. So anybody out there heard Gary that they didn't that you had to hear Laurel or Yanny? Put it down there and let me know.
Or even if you did hear it, put it down there just so that Steve's mom doesn't feel like she's the only one
who heard Gary. Yeah. I heard Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what's going on. Yeah, that's funny. I forgot to turn on one of my lights here again. I'm having so many problems with my lights, but I'm gonna leave it like it is. So
it's better than having other problems.
Yeah. It's been a crazy week. Going through, Scott had talked about it. Really busy with his DOT inspections for the Drive Limo service. I've been busy. Daughter's graduation.
Yay! Now she's going to Harvard.
48-hour film project. Doing stuff with that. That's next weekend. So let's see. 48-hour film project. Yada yada yada. Going to be moving the studio around, preparing for that. Changing the edit, which is taking more time to do, but I believe it's giving you a better product. So I hope you're enjoying the new edit, and that I'm not just doing it spending more time and not getting a better product out there for you. That's not the choice. So with that,
speaking of choices,
we need to try and tie together what we've talked about so far in our positive message. Yay!
Yes.
So our positive message for today, let's see. We talked about Scott's phone burning.
Yep.
We talked about John Hemry becoming Jack Campbell, writing books.
Yep.
Getting a New Year's resolution out of the way. We
right.
talked about my new studio.
Yes.
We talked about the new music, Maryland, the new musical, Imagine the Rock musical. We talked about Yanny and Laurel. So
not only is it all about what's happening now, but it's what's happening in the future.
But these are all choices we've made.
That is correct.
To get us there. So our positive message is you or me.
We'll split it in half.
Oh, that scares me.
10 years from now, you want to be able to say.
Oh, what do I want to say? I'm
sorry.
Finish it. Oh, that's where half is?
Yeah.
So 10 years from now, I want to be able to say that I chose this life.
That's correct.
I didn't settle for it.
Exactly.
So choose wisely. What movie is that from? Where he's got to pick the chalice. Was that Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
He chose wisely. He chose.
Was it the first one or was it the second?
It was the first one. Chalices.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the first one or not, but yeah, it was an Indiana Jones movie. I do remember that. Choose wisely. So 10 years from now, you want to be able to say that you chose this life. You didn't settle for it. Don't settle for anything out there, folks. No. Make the decisions, choose life, choose positivity, choose genuine positivity, and do what you love, because this isn't work for Scott or I. This is something we love to do and we enjoy doing it. So thank you for that. Let's talk one last thing here about people who chose to do things, and that would be London street performers.
Yes. Very, very impressive situation. I have personally never been to London, but I have a lot of friends from over there, and they're always talking about how they love it when they go out and the street performers are called buskers, are out there doing things. And some of them are unbelievable. You cannot believe the quality of street performers in London. It's just insane.
Well, not only London, but I know New York has
Europe,
kind of buskers. You know, Europe's got a lot of busking, but New York has good buskers. And one of the things that's really popular here is these artisan farmers markets. So they're part farmers markets, part arts and crafts, part somebody wants to sell you something, but every one of them has a busker at it.
Right.
So that's very, very cool, right?
Exactly. But they're running into this really strange problem.
Yes. Nobody carries money anymore.
I mean, I still carry cash, but I don't use it very often. I only use it at the rare occasion where it's a place that doesn't take credit cards. One of my favorite places to get burgers from one of the old episodes, she refuses to take credit cards or debit cards, cash only. So I do still carry cash. But most people, I even have Samsung Pay on my phone. I actually did it.
You turned it on? Wow.
Yes.
That's impressive.
It's all hooked up. I've used it twice already. It does come in handy. It is incredibly efficient. The problem is these buskers have always relied on cash tips.
Right. Well, it's you know, there's a few reasons for that, which we don't need to get into.
Yes.
Cash. But it's a cashless society. So how do they pay and how do they take credit cards? Because you have those little chips you can put on top of your iPad, but they're using the iPad for their music.
Correct.
So they're not. They can't have another iPad to scan your card. So what did the city's mayor do in London?
They came up with it's a collaboration with Busk in London, which is a professional body for buskers, and the Swedish payments firm Izettle, which, by the way, PayPal just purchased for $2.2 billion. Like, holy schmoly, that's way a lot more money.
I know. What did I do wrong, right? Because I worked for eBay for a while. I worked for eBay when they bought PayPal and half.com.
Exactly.
So I should have stayed.
So, what they started a trial on basically having what the heck are they calling these things? Well, they're contactless payment systems.
Yeah. They look like little boxes that you can actually, you know, kind of like the kiosk at the store. But
correct.
So it's like a wireless phone.
Yes. The thing is,
it's contact. You don't swipe. You got to use your chip, or you got to use your RF code or whatever that.
Right. The only caveat, is that the right word?
Caveat, yeah.
You cannot just say you want to donate $1. You have to go by whatever. They have probably like 3 or 4 different choices, like 2 lira or what, whatever they're using over there.
So it's set. So right. Somebody can't go, oh, they just charged 1,000. Somebody punched in wrong.
Correct.
You get preset amounts. So they don't want somebody scamming the system and getting your card and charging it for $1 billion.
Correct. But the nice part is the performers are saying that it is working. They're actually making decent income. And it's really cool. I love it.
Because in here, if you perform in the city of Las Vegas, you actually have to pay for a license to perform on Fremont Street.
Right.
So, they are paying, so it's nice that they can recoup some of that money. So that's actually a very nice thing that they're doing.
It is. And it helps the arts tremendously.
Yeah.
Because that's where most of your people start from. Ooh, giveaway time. Yes.
Something new. New for the month. I'm going to screw up the green screen there, but that's okay. So we've talked about this show.
I saw the worst show in Vegas.
And it is the worst family. It is by far not the worst show. And as you can see, I had all of the
They signed it.
family sign it. So
Hey, how many people are in their family?
4.
Is this going to be a theme? Our last giveaway had 4 people autograph.
I don't know, because our first giveaway only had 1 autograph.
Oh, that's right.
So we got Weedy Worst, Yurdy Worst, Brock Worst,
But not Knockwurst.
No, Brock.
Brockwurst.
So how do you get the T-shirt, Scott?
We're not going to ask for tons of money this time. We're just going to make it simple. All you have to do is put in a comment box, I want the T-shirt.
We've never asked for tons of money, in case you're wondering out there. Scott said if you would like to give us tons of money, we'd be more than happy to take it. So that still is in effect. If you would like to give us tons of money, I will take it. Although Scott says he's not asking for it anymore, so I'm good with that. I'll just take it.
Yep, Steve will just take it.
Yeah, so it's all for me.
And then I'll move in with him.
But I want the worst T-shirt.
Yeah.
I want the worst T-shirt. Put that in the comments. Put it on my show. Put it on What Happened in Las Vegas Today. Put it on a show you're watching right now, What Happened in the World Today. Put it on Scott's show, which is
Fun Guy the Entertainer Cooks for You.
Entertainer Cooks for You. Put those comments in there. That's 3 entries. Get a friend to subscribe. Put the comment in there. Say, hey, Harry at 356 told me to get the worst T-shirt. And then he'll have an entry. He'll have another entry. So that's the way to do it. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision,
then please subscribe, like, watch our other shows and channels. I want you to live every day, and we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, love life, and have a good one.
Be crazy, and just